I've drammed for other bands, and and it's not like this, you know. Other bands you have to like play on the beat and like hit the right notes and stuff. With Johnny and the Bootlegs, I get to just be Animal from the Muppets.
My oldest friends in this industry, who I absolutely adore, John Santiago, this motherfucker, love this guy, and his band. This is Johnny and The Bootlegs.
Okay, so this guy on my left right here. This is, I affectionately refer to him as the real Brad man. His name is Brad Geyes. And he's many things more than just the drummer of Johnny and the Bootlegs, but that's one of his many occupations and artistic expressions. And this guy over here is Mr. Drew Jones. Drew Jones is actually sitting in tonight for Eric Neuberger, playing on bass, although for the past 2 or 3 months he's been playing lead guitar with Johnny and the Bootlegs. And due to Eric's injury, Drew's stepping up, holding it down. My name's John Santiago. I sing and play guitar for Johnny and the Bootlegs. I mean, my mom always tells a story. My dad's a self-taught saxophone player, and apparently he used to play the saxophone to my mom when she was pregnant. And I don't know, I have a feeling that I just loved music ever since then, probably, because I used to sit on my coffee table and listen to my dad play saxophone along to like Sgt. Pepper's and Weather Report and Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy. And it'd be kind of weird because, you know, when I think back to it now, he's playing saxophone along to all these like real rock and roll sorts of things, aside from Weather Report. But yeah, I started there, and then I started playing trumpet when I was 6 in school, and loved it at first, and then hated it when I was in middle school, and everybody kind of got that little I want to be cool bug, you know. So that is where it happened. So I started singing in that band, and then classic rock and roll story. Bassist punches the guitarist and pushes him down a flight of steps. The band breaks up. Oh my God, it was horrible. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do now? You know, like I still want to write songs. So then I bought a guitar with all my birthday money when I was 17. Actually, before that, I got caught doing something illegal and was grounded, and managed to use my powers of persuasion in some way to get somebody to give me a bass guitar and a small practice amp in exchange for some goods. And first off, that was the last of my illegal experience, thankfully. Underage, yeah, it kind of counts, right? Juvenile, like, you know, exploration. And then so I was playing bass for about 6 months, and then I decided I was going to get a guitar so I could actually write songs, because it was kind of frustrating trying to sing with just a bass and a tiny little amp that was like this big, you know. And then since 17, I kind of haven't stopped. I've had this like therapeutic need and bug to just write songs and express myself. And, you know, they all started really sad and ballady, and then at a certain point I was like, damn, I need to make myself happy. So I started Johnny and the Bootlegs as a sort of tribute to ZZ Top and the need for like beer drinking good time music to come back and like real rock and roll, because there was so much indie rock happening that I was like, they're not even telling the truth. They're not even saying what they really mean. Not all of them, obviously, but so that's kind of the long and short of it, I guess.
Well, in 5th grade, school band started, and I really wanted to play the drums. So, yeah, I joined school band. I played the drums with them for about a month or two, and then they kicked me out for missing too many classes, which was completely bizarre because the classes I missed, I was in class for. I had a test and a field trip, and so I missed a few band practices, and they threw me out of the band. That stuff just happened to me over and over throughout my childhood. Anyway, yeah, in 5th grade. I could go on and on. But that didn't stop me from playing drums on my own. And I took piano lessons, and in 8th grade, all my friends started to play guitar, and I'm like, I'm not going to have all these guys play guitar, and I'm the one who doesn't play guitar. So I started playing guitar. Like, if these idiots are going to be the guitar guys, I'm going to be the guitar guy. So, yeah, I've kind of been a musician my whole life, and I actually hadn't been drumming for a while until Johnny needed a replacement. So I'm not an original Johnny and The Bootlegs member, but I've been playing with him for a little over a year now. It's been a lot of fun. He needed somebody to fill in on the drums, and I couldn't wait.
I guess I got started. I'm from East Tennessee. I grew up in a kind of a musical family. I grew up in like Southern Baptist culture and that music, and they had like a Southern gospel band. And so I was kind of around it, and wasn't really aware of it. And then kind of similar to Brad, I started in percussion in middle school, and I played guitar. And as a kid, like my grandfather played, and so he taught me. And then I kind of went like all the way. Like I got to college and got a degree in percussion and like music education, and like was a high school band director and in Tennessee. And then I got a call from a band, a buddy of mine that when I went to college was playing drums up here, and I started playing bass in college actually, and they needed a bass player, and so they invited me to come play bass. And I came up here for a week, never been to New York, and I got here and did all the touristy things during the day, and then at night we'd rehearse, and then we did this. It was like a competition, like Battle of the Bands, New York City or something, and then we competed with these guys, and then they won, and like got to play later on. Got to play like the Apollo Theater and things like that, and it just blew me away. I got up here and wiggled my way through different what would be the word? Like iterations of bands and musicians, and making my way, weaving through, and ended up meeting Johnny through Brad. Brad had a gig and hired me as a bass player, and then I met Johnny at the rehearsal, and then we just like hit it off like compadres, and now we're all just basically a bunch of musical family, and it's been a wild ride so far, and hopefully it keeps going, you know.
Before she passed away, yes, she said, son, don't forget to pray, 'cause there'll be hard times. There'll be hard times. to